Hello everybody.
Hi everybody.
You're here with Jill and Rami of twinflamehealers.com, and today's video is a healing video for twin flames and advanced souls. So we're going to be focused on twins, but this applies really to all of you in relationship of any type. So we are focusing on twins, but you can use it more broadly if you don't identify as a twin flame. So this video we're going to be doing spontaneously. So we have our charts here that we use for our webinar series, Transforming Blockages, and they cover a huge amount of topics that are pertinent to twins and other advanced souls. And we're going to be working with the pendulum and just seeing what spirit, what the high beings are guiding us to focus on today. And we're going to be doing clearing and healing. So this will be for you. You can ask for it to be done for your loved ones, including your twin, and for the collective. So as all of you know, we're doing this video live in March 2020. This will apply to you if you watch this later, but right now we wanted to do this because the energies are so intense, and we really don't know what's going to happen with twin flames in relation to this. There are going to be some twins we suspect that are going to be, the wake-up process is going to be intensified. Certainly our shadow is going to be up. People are going to be squeezed into situations that they weren't happy with in the beginning, and now all the busyness is gone and they're looking going, oh man, what am I doing here? So it's going to be very, very interesting times. So we highly encourage you to take this time to clear your buns off, because it certainly is not going to hurt. And no matter what happens with our twins, it's going to help you and it's going to help the planet. So we highly recommend you use this time and clear, not just for yourself, but for the collective as well. And those of you who did not join us on our free call that we did, we'll link that again down in the description. And that's for everybody, not just twins. And we do some clearing for some aspects of these times. So you're welcome to download that. It's down there, free for all. Okay, so we're going to start. Rami will do the initial clearing, and then we'll dive in.
Okay, so let's ask for Lords of Karma Archangel Michael to connect with you and to help calm you down. Calm down our lower three chakras, our inner child. Let's ask to clear the energy from outside, clear that from our aura. Let's connect with our heart chakras. Give ourselves compassion for these difficult times, whether 2020 or you're watching this 2 years later or whenever it is. A twin flame gig is difficult times, right? It's challenging. Other advanced soul relationships are too. Being on earth is challenging as well. So compassion for your inner child, freaking out at times, wanting to shut down. Just bring it peace. I'll protect you, right? So have that heart energy go into your body overall. Those of you who have some illnesses or high stress, or to calm everything down. Bring peace. Send your heart energy to your loved ones. Help to calm them down, whether they're living with you, whether they're in another country. Bring greater peace. Okay. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, let's just get you connected a bit more with the divine. So whether that's God or the universe, the divine, your higher self. So just imagine it's the galactic cord from your heart chakra all the way up through the top of your head. And just imagine a cord going all the way up to the source of all. the divine. And we can ask Archangel Vaiwamas to open up your channel so you can receive more. The light is always there for us, but a lot of us don't receive nearly as much as we could. And now just imagine that beautiful light of the divine. You can imagine like a ball of sunlight traveling down your cord, your galactic cord, into the top of your head. And just allow it to travel gently down through your chakras into your 6th chakra, clearing and filling you with light, down into your 5th, your heart chakra, down into your 3rd chakra, your 2nd, your hara, your womb center for women, and down into your 1st. A lot of shake-ups going on in the 1st chakra. And just allow that light to continue to travel all the way down through your grounding cord, down to the center of earth. And there it blends with beautiful earth energy, the pure earth. I think of it like a crystal that's very lit up. And just allow that earth energy to travel up your grounding cord, up into your 1st chakra. Feels so good. 2nd, 3rd, up into your heart. And there heaven and earth meet. And just allow that energy to expand out and clear all the layers of your aura and fill up your cells. Our bodies get worked over during difficult times, so it's important to rest as much as you can and allow allow this light, this energy to fill you up. Let's have it clear your etheric, emotional, mental, Buddhic, atmic, galactic, and so on, all the layers of your aura. And let's ask for Archangel Michael to put a blue dome of protection around you. And you can do this many times a day, what we just did for grounding and clearing, getting yourself centered. The more centered you are, the easier it's going to be for those around you to stay centered going through this time. And as Rami mentioned, you can be watching this 2 years from now and this will still apply. Okay.
I'm going to do a little show and tell now. So the charts that we created for transforming blockages is the way it works. Here's an example. So what we do is we connect with spirit. So we ask for our personality to be put aside, and we connect with spirit to guide us in terms of what to focus on. So I put the point of my pendulum in the center, and then it guides me in terms of which item to focus on. To speed things up a little bit, we did the first one before we turned on the video. We'll do the other ones live. But the one we got is your male twin in previous lifetimes, leftover issues in terms of that. So whether you're male or female this lifetime, think in terms of your twin was a male in previous lifetime. So I'm going to do a little bit, and then in terms of a bit of clearing in terms of this, and then Jill will probably want to do more, and then we'll get another one. We'll get guidance on another issue, and we'll go back and forth like that. Okay, so think in terms of in previous lifetimes, we've done a variety of things. So we cheated on our partner, and we died. Another time we died young, and then they were left abandoned. We did a whole host of things, intentional and unintentional, right? So and those energies get in the way of our connection with our beloved today, even though we're not conscious of it whatsoever. So let's ask Lords of Karma Archangel Michael to clear some of those energies from the previous lifetimes. In terms of I did treachery, I did some things to hurt them intentionally. Let's ask to clear that. Clear for me, and clear for them, and between us. And we've heard them loads of times when it wasn't intentional, and we didn't know. We thought that something was true when it was incorrect. We were jealous, for example, etc., etc. Let's ask to clear those energies between us, within me, within the other person, between us. And there are some third party players as well. Clear those energies too. Let's ask to bring greater calming between us, greater union at the soul level between me and my beloved.
I'm feeling, as Rami was clearing, I started to feel like a tightness and pain in my heart. So I'm going to go there. So self-forgiveness in relation to past lives. All of this stuff is invisible. That's why we created these charts, because to look at a blockage, a lot of times we won't know where it's coming from. And, you know, sometimes we can just ask for a blockage to be cleared, but we found the more precise we are, the quicker and more efficient the clearing is. So that's why we do this. So let's ask for Kuan Yin, if you're okay with Kuan Yin. We're non-denominational, so if we use certain beings that don't fit for you, just substitute, or you can just use the divine or God or the universe. But we like to work with Kuan Yin to go into the heart. And let's ask to heal unforgiveness of ourself and our beloved. It's shocking how much unforgiveness we can carry toward our twin from past lives. No clue. We do this full time, right? We clear for our clients and students and stuff. We clear together, and some of the stuff that we come up with is pretty hair-raising for ourselves. We're like, wow, and we can completely see how it played out in our connection. So let's ask for deeper forgiveness. We like working with Ho'oponopono, so this is some homework for you. If you your mission, should you choose to accept it, you can do Ho'oponopono. Why don't you explain that?
It's a old Hawaiian exercise. The way it works is I'm really sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And we can say it over and over again. I have prayer beads here. I do a few rounds of just that one. I do a whole bunch of other things too every day. So in terms of clearing the air, so it's I'm really sorry, please forgive me in relation to the other person. I'm so sorry I've hurt you. And imagine doing it on their behalf. So imagine they're saying it to you. And then more broadly, imagine my ancestors are doing it in relation to your ancestors. So it's really broad. We're clearing at the ancestral level. But for our purposes, of course, we focus also on soul group, extended soul group, etc. So imagine my soul group in relation to the soul groups that you're connected to. So we're twins, so it's all the same extended family, let's call it, but other souls that you're connected to from previous lifetimes that I've hurt, and yours that have hurt me.
Yeah, so it's very powerful. Ho'oponopono. I'm really sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And just imagine your heart chakra, and it really clears, it really works, it's great. You can also work with violet flame for past lives and Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma. So yeah, I think that's all for that one.
Okay, so now you get to see us with our dog and pony show here. Okay, so I'm guided to go to Twin Flames and the Universe, chart 11. Suicide in relation to, so this is Twin Flames in relation to the universe. So this could mean a variety of things. So I'm going to say a tiny bit in terms of that, and then Jill's going to go in, and I may have comments after. So think in terms of suicide as I committed suicide a previous lifetime, or my twin flame committed suicide, or think in terms of it means simply shutting down, right? Shutting myself down in relation to the Creator, shutting myself down in relation to the riches in the world and the universe, and for my twin as well, right? So it can mean a number of things there.
So where I'm going with this is, well, for myself, being a really sensitive soul, as all, if not, yeah, probably all of you watching this video are sensitive to some degree, and some very much so. As advanced souls, as twin flames, we came to help. That's our perspective. And so we chose particular templates and patterns to be incarnated into so that we could transform them. But because it's good old Earth, we get ourselves into deeper pickles sometimes than we expect. And we overestimate sometimes our ability to get ourselves out of some of these situations. And we see that that's true for a lot of twin flames. That's why we always recommend compassion for your twin, because what it looks like on the surface is not often what's really going on underneath. So for example, in our case, this relates to suicide, I promise. In our case, I was trying to get off the planet for decades. I had an eating disorder. I was drinking too much for a long time. I shut myself down in a variety of ways. And I really was just praying for this lifetime to be over as soon as possible. That was before I met Rami. And, I spent decades like that. I shut my gifts down, and I really was not that present. I was not happy to be here. And then when Rami and I met, it really, bless his heart, forced me to be here more, which meant that I had to incarnate into my lower chakras more. So we can think of suicide as also just not wanting to be on Earth, period. So it's not that we're actively trying to kill ourselves, but we just don't want to be here. We don't want to be bothered. It's too painful. It's too much. We can't tell you the amount of times that we've had a twin flame contact us and say, it's just too much, I give up. So think of suicide in relation to your twin flame journey too. I'm killing off my twin flame experience. I don't want it anymore. Too much. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. I was able to come back really to Earth and really work through some of those lower chakra things. And really it's trauma for a lot of us. It's trauma, it's childhood trauma. And it's the density and collective energies of Earth that we struggle with. Most of you are not originally from Earth. You're from other places where the energy isn't so dense. So being on Earth is really challenging for a lot of advanced sensitive souls. And some of you deal with it better than others. Rami dealt with it better than I did. I had to really get in my power to be here more fully. So think of it as your lower chakras. So anything you want to say before I do clearing for this?
Yeah, so this isn't my whole life that I did it better than Jill. I had major expertise when I was a kid of being absolutely terrified of all and everything, and I'd jump into bed, turn off the light, and the only thing that stuck out was my nose, and so I could breathe a little bit. I was absolutely terrified of everything. So, I did the good old shutting down to mighty good for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So let's do some clearing for that. So I can feel a lot of you resonating with this for sure. So think of part of why your twin isn't coming forward is they're shut down. That was true for me and Rami. I was just shut down, and so it was harder for me to come forward as fully as I needed to. So that's true for a lot of your twins. Okay, so let's ask for Kuan Yin, if you're okay with her. If not, you can substitute another being or divine energy. And let's ask for Archangel Michael. So we're working on both healing and power. So let's heal the parts of us that feel too overwhelmed, too traumatized by Earth. And as we're healing, let's have Archangel Michael come in and really support you on a deep level, giving you some power. Some of you need to be in your power a lot more. And by that we mean true divine spiritual power. It's not power over anybody, it's our own essence, our own strength. So let's ask we like working with Durga, Goddess Durga, for power. And substitute, if you want just divine energy, is fine. Let's ask for any curses or blockages to your power from past lives to be cleared. Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma. And right next to power is grounding. A lot of us don't want to be here in a body on Earth, as we said before. So let's ask to protect your grounding cord. There's a way to ground that you don't have to pick up earth energy. That was a big revelation for me. So let's ask for your grounding cord to be protected. And now you can ground and go down and wrap your grounding cord around that beautiful crystal center of earth and bring that up. I can do this. I can do this. I can be here. I can do this. This is hard. This is challenging. Earth is not the easiest place to be, but I can do it. I just need to have some better tools maybe. I need to clear more. I need to get in my power more. I can do this. I can do this. Okay?
I think in terms of, I'll talk a tiny bit about a couple of other flavors in relation to this. Think in terms of feeling like we've pulled so many stunts in previous lifetimes. I'm so bad that I don't deserve. So I shut down in relation to that. Mm-hmm. We all have some of that, right? So let's ask to clear some of those energies for you, for your beloved. To ask Spirit to go more deeply into that. For your soul group as well. And greater calming. Think also, I don't know if you can hear it, but we live in a place that's very, very quiet much of the time. Right at this moment, there's somebody that in an apartment close to us, there's some hammering there, there's hammering nails. This is a typical thing that all kinds of obstructions come up when we want to go out that'll get in our way. So, oh my God, part of me wants to be dead. So think in terms of that. You try to go out and the universe mm-hmm. puts all kinds of things your way. So, unless they come and hammer on our door, we'll do something else. But think in terms of this is just part of the gig. We get tested and we get worked over. There's zero coincidence in these things, zero. So let's ask to clear mm-hmm. in relation to the Creator. Let's forgive all those guys that have orchestrated this, whether dark energies or angels or the divine, whoever it might be. We forgive them all. I keep trying and they keep blocking me. Let's ask for greater peace. Yeah. Good. Connect with the divine more fully. Forgive your twin, of course, as part of this, for screwing up too. If only it weren't for that guy, right? Everything would be wonderful. I just want to be dead because they're just behaving so badly. Or not behaving at all, right? They're just hiding. Or sitting on the couch or, whatever. So let's ask to clear in relation to, let's ask Spirit to clear my intolerance of the other guy. My hurt, my inner child, my brokenheartedness, let's ask to heal those things in relation to them because they're such a culprit in my eyes. But of course that's orchestrated too for them to zing us precisely where we have owies that we may not be conscious of, so we can heal them and clear them more fully. Heal that for both of us and between us. Okay. Any more?
No.
All right. Next. Other players, chart 7. Okay. Children. So think in terms of children this lifetime. If you have kids from a previous relationship, or they have kids from a previous relationship, or we have kids from previous lifetimes, or you happen to be together as twin flames and you have kids now. So any of that. There's other possibilities too, I see, but these are the ones for us to focus on now.
Also kid within.
The inner child. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that too, but I'm guided to focus on, for what I have to say anyway.
Sounds good.
I'm guided to focus on the 3D kids, this lifetime specifically. So there's also the yearning for a child. I want a child with my beloved so much. So there's also that aspect. So So let's ask to clear the energies in relation to there's children, so therefore it's not possible to have a great relationship. Let's clear that particular aspect. It feels not possible. Let's ask to clear our view in relation to that, our perspective. So that's at the mental level, of course. Let's ask Spirit to clear that. One of the things that happens is that we have, we orchestrate before this lifetime, we make deals with other souls to obstruct our connection with our beloved, very purposely, so that it helps us develop muscles, get stronger and so forth, tests us, and are you really serious that you want to be with your twin flame or not, right? So you have to really work. So let's ask to clear those energies within us in terms of, well, these are perfect reasons why we can't be together. We've seen all kinds of flavors in terms of this. One that comes to mind is one guy said, I can't be with my beloved because it'll hurt my kids. Well, how old are your kids? Well, 34 and 37, right? So absolutely wonderful, wonderful, very gifted at coming up with all kinds of great reasons why we can't be together. Let's ask to clear that. Let's ask to remove the vows, the agreements that we made before this lifetime in terms of you help to obstruct, okay? These kids. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just go into some other aspects of this. So let's clear past life. What wants to come out of my mouth is grudges around children between you and your twin. So that can be all kinds of things. That can be, that there's too many situations to mention, so let's just do a broad clearing for that. Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma. And again, forgiveness. Forgiveness around issues of children. You had a kid when I didn't want to. I had a kid, you didn't want one. We left each other because of kids. Any issues around children, let's ask to clear that very deeply for us, including forgiveness and compassion. Throwing kids into the mix of a twin flame union before you're really harmonized is, it's a challenge. It really is, because a lot of these kids, well, I would say most if not all kids of twins are advanced souls, and they've got their own big missions and things to clear, and it's a lot of energy. So let's ask to harmonize. If there are kids in the mix for you and your twin, let's ask to harmonize those energies. Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma, let's clear any negative energy between you and your twin's kids, and your twin and your kids, because there's some karmic energies there from past lives too. Aha, you again, right? That feels good. Let's clear parental guilt for everybody too. In our situation, my parental guilt was one of the biggest factors in us struggling to come together more full time. And that's in relation to my own childhood and past lives. We see that a lot. You guys are sensitive souls. Nobody wants to hurt their kids. But we have to clear the guilt so we can really be as present as we can with what's really happening. So let's ask Kuan Yin and Mother Mary to clear our parental guilt, healing that part of us that feels like a bad parent. There's a lot of sobbing there. A lot of what we do, you can choose to go deeper with. We're just touching on this. You can go deeper with all of this. Some of these issues are really quite big for some of you. And let's ask for harmonization between all players, specifically in regards to children. I'll just say one more thing and see if Amy wants to add more before we do the next piece. That our perspective anyway, from the Akashic Records and just from our soul work, is that the children who incarnate with us know that we're twin flames, and they know that we're going to meet our twin flames this lifetime. They signed up for that. So they didn't come in expecting, as we say, the white picket fence necessarily. They knew there was going to be shakeups, and they did that for their own soul's development as well. So sometimes we're trying to protect them when really they signed up for this experience as well. So to look at it through higher perspective, through divine eyes, more than through our 3D selves that just want to protect our kids and keep them from everything. But that's not what they signed up for. And of course we need to parent them and have compassion and love them and do the best we can. But to try to, to stop our twin flame union or to do things in such a way that we're trying to keep them from what is potentially their destiny is also not the highest path from our perspective. It's tricky, it's complicated. So let's just ask for, again, deeper harmonization between us, our twin, and all children involved. We want the highest good of all. That's always our intention.
Next. So I'm guided to go to this chart here. So it's not part of Transforming Blockages. We're the process of developing new series and so forth. So this is practices to do. So I have no idea what it means yet. So let's see where we go. Oh, I just... work, duties, and projects. So over to you.
Okay. Work, duties, and projects. Let me feel in. Okay. Well, one thing now in March 2020, most of people's work, a lot of you are home, laid off. All of a sudden, the duties that have, consumed our lives are either changing or at a dead stop for now or the foreseeable future. So all of a sudden, all these things that we kept ourselves busy with are gone, or for a lot of you, put on hold. And then we're sitting there like, whoa, what do I do with myself now? So we can either fill up that time with more busy work or distractions or Netflix. We talked about that the last video. Or we can really ask ourselves, what is my true work this lifetime? Because part of what we see happening is that this, I don't know, some people call it the matrix or the things that the ego has created on earth. The divine just put the kibosh on temporarily, and all of a sudden there's a lot of space. There's a lot of crazy energy going on, but there's also a lot of spaciousness for a lot of people. So what are we going to do with that? What are we going to do? So let's get everybody connected more with the divine. So all you have to do is ask. Just ask. I'd like to be more connected with the divine. I'd like for my higher self, my divine self, my soul to guide me. What is my work? Is a great question to ask yourself. What is my work? And just see what comes. You can play with this. What is my work right now? What's the most important job I have? See what comes to you. You might get the answer, just sit there. Maybe you need a period of rest and healing. Maybe there's particular books that you're guided to read. Spiritual books or books on healing or books to learn something. What is my work right now? The other thing is, so again, do that more. We really highly recommend that you have a daily practice of connecting in with your higher, wiser side, with the divine. You can work with the archangels and ascended masters as well to get guidance, and start to ask every day, okay, what now? What today? To be in that flow of the divine is a really great gift of this time, because a lot of our daily routines of the have-tos, get the kids to school, get to work, that's gone for right now for a lot of people. So wake up in the morning, first thing. That's what Rami and I do every single morning without fail. We connect in with spirit. Okay, what now? What today? And see what comes. And you may be surprised at what you're guided. I remember many, many years ago, some of you know the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and she recommended doing morning pages, and I did that for years. So I would just wake up in the morning, open my laptop and say, okay, angels, masters, teachers, and guides, what do you have to say to me today? And I would just write and see, because this is a time also when your gifts can flower, when things that you maybe forgot about since you were a child, maybe you'd be guided to paint a painting and you go, my God, I used to love to paint. I haven't done this in 15 years. Or you may be guided to think about your twin, or maybe reach out to your twin. So ask, what is my highest work today? I'll just say one more quick thing and then see what Remy wants to add. Also, in terms of duties, it's a really good time to do a life review and ask yourself, where am I putting my energy in my daily life? And am I doing some things that maybe I don't need to be doing anymore? Maybe I can let those go, or maybe do them in a higher way. Rather than being a human doing, being more in beingness, and how can I do my duties in a higher way? Or maybe there are some things I can let go of. Really do a life review now.
I just want to add a tiny bit in terms of this. Think in terms of for those of you where the shutdown hasn't happened yet, but it may happen in the future, next month or whenever. I think in terms of what do I need to do to prepare myself in terms of this? Are there particular spiritual books that I want to go buy, for example, or some paints for my kids so they're busy with their responsibilities in terms of doing creative stuff and etc. What do I want to create if it happens to me that I have to be shut down? Or you can order things online if you are shut down now. Order things online if you can't go to the store. And what do I need right now to accomplish more profoundly?
And he's not talking about shutdown like emotional shutdown.
No. I'm talking about
societal.
You don't got no work. You don't got no nothing, right? You don't got no bingo hall. You don't got nothing.
And if you're listening to this later, do that anyway, right? Once life resumes, we highly recommend you keep up this practice of what today, and you'll have to weave it in as societal responsibilities resume, but keep that higher path in focus. So hopefully that was helpful for all of you. And again, this is for now, March 2020, and also for later. So you can come back to this and listen to it as many times as you want and go deeper, because a lot of what we covered today is universal, and we all have many, many layers. So again, we highly recommend you take this time to do this deep work and do clearing for yourself and the collective. Again, we have our free call that's linked down there where we do some of that with you. If you want more from us and you want the tools that we use today and we use for ourselves and with clients, transforming blockages to your twin flame union, that's linked below. And as Remy, I don't know if we mentioned it, but we're starting a new series called Multidimensional Childhood Healing. That's starting in April 2020, and you can join anytime later as well. And we also have in March 2020, the current times, we're offering reduced rates for people who have been laid off or are struggling or in developing countries, etc. So there will be links down below of how to contact us for that. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. So everybody, it was wonderful to be here with you today, and we send you our love and blessings, and just keep going with all this. This really is a time when we feel like a lot of you have been preparing for spiritually, not maybe knowing what was coming, but this is the time where it's like the call is out for advanced souls, for twin flames, for sensitive souls to clear a bunch of this stuff and get on our path more fully, because the world needs us. The world needs us all right now. So it's our honor to be here with you. And again, we send you lots of love and blessings, and we'll see you next video on one of our calls or webinars. So great to be with you.
Y'all take great care for now.